Social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Tinder? Any older people in the room? Facebook? I have a question for you. How many of you, I just want to get a show of hands, would agree that social media is hurting our society? Okay, a few of you, a lot of you. For all of you that just raised up your hands, I feel your pain. It's frustrating when you're sitting at the dinner table and your children are buried deep in their devices. And it's frustrating when you're meeting someone for coffee and that person you're with seems to feel more connected to that person on the other side of the screen than they do the person on the other side of the table. It's frustrating. How many of you have a Facebook account? Just want to get another show of hands. There are more people on Facebook than there were people on the planet 200 years ago. Who tweets? Who's tweeting right now? Every single second, 1 to 2 Twitter accounts are activated. If you were to take the entire Twitter population and form a country, it would be the 4th largest on Earth. Does anyone have their phones on them, in their pockets? There are actually more cell phones in this world than there are toothbrushes. So the power of social media is profound. And as much as it may make us feel disconnected from the people around us, it is uniting us in profound ways. In fact, we, being society as we know it, are lost at sea, and social media is the life ring that is pulling us up to shore. It is evolving the way we behave, connect to each other, better our own lives and the lives of other people, including our global brothers and sisters. Social media is changing the way the world fundamentally works and the way we share ideas worth spreading. So many of you may remember the Arab Spring. In 2011, the Arab world erupted as young revolutionaries toppled long-established dictatorships. Their weapon of choice? Social media. As they tapped into sites like Facebook and Twitter to coordinate events and to let themselves be heard by the outside world. In absence of social media, arguably these people would have continued to be oppressed and the Western world quite possibly wouldn't have known about it. Social media is also a catalyst for mobilizing resources. Again, many of you may remember the earthquake in Haiti. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti and over 200,000 people died. Nearly immediately, sites like Facebook and Twitter launched communication and fundraising support campaigns, and the American Red Cross was able to raise over $7 million in just 24 hours by allowing people to donate $10 on their cell phones. Facebook has now even included check-in, which first appeared after the recent Paris attacks. And check-in allows Facebook users to notify their friends and families when they're stuck in situations like natural disasters, because it is not uncommon in circumstances for cell phone lines to be down. So now check-in lets Facebook users notify their friends and families of their safety when they may be potentially in danger. They say that social media is disengaging us, but it is allowing us to communicate and is making the world more connected by allowing us to communicate within an online global village. So many of you may be familiar with Twitter, and Twitter is cool because it lets people share moments of their lives as they are happening. And my parents signed me up, or they let me sign up for a Twitter account when I was about 13 years old. And initially, I used Twitter to see what was happening in the world, to read the news, but to also get updates from some of my favorite celebrities. And I was pretty desperate for followers. And things really took off when Justin Bieber followed me. If you don't believe me, you can follow me and take a look. But things really took off, and I'll save that story for another time. One morning in August, I woke up and, of course, logged onto my Twitter account, and saw that one of my followers, a high school student in the Philippines, was tweeting hashtag pray for the Philippines. I saw the hashtag trending worldwide. So without hesitation, I reached out to the student, and fortunately she wasn't affected by the typhoons there, and fortunately the student was safe. I found our conversation unbelievable. Two people communicating during one of the most devastating natural disasters on opposite sides of the world, communicating instantaneously within an online global village. I'm sure at least some of you are familiar with at least some of these hashtags. How many of you did the Ice Bucket Challenge? Think about how cold you were when you did that challenge. I know I was freezing when I did the Ice Bucket Challenge. So nonprofits are literally reinventing the world as they use social media to create a global conversation. And now many young people are pushing the boundaries of social media, as many use it as a tool to help them help the world. 20 years ago, if you wanted to create a video, you would need the support of a broadcaster or expensive equipment. If you wanted to get your ideas heard by a large audience, you would need a publisher and printer to translate those ideas into the form of a book. Social media has enabled youth to be authors of our global conversation. And now many youth are taking advantage of the power to publish. Adora Svitak is a current university student. She's studying at UC Berkeley. And on her YouTube channel, she has over 600 videos, millions of views on her TED Talk alone. And Adora's gig is education. And she uses YouTube to teach middle and high school students across the world about subjects ranging from how to write a narrative to how to interpret the US Declaration of Independence. When I go on Facebook, I see Sitto, the Uber for babysitters, a local business that my friend Vera Wang helped to start. I'm talking about a high school student named Vera Wang, not the fashion designer. Sorry to disappoint anyone. But my friend Vera helped start Sitto, and she was able to help to open the business almost exclusively via social media. When I go on Facebook, I also see Compass, a nonprofit junior achievement initiative that was started by Liat, who's a grade 12 student currently at North Toronto. And Compass helps incoming Canadian Syrian refugees by providing them with welcome packages. And Liat uses Facebook and other forms of social media to collect sponsorships and donations and to promote her initiative to her target market. I'm the director of marketing for an organization called Model City Hall, and we're entirely by youth for youth, and we're the first conference in Canada to allow high school students the opportunity to experience municipal politics. So we run an annual conference every year at City Hall where we invite high school students to pick a committee and to simulate that Toronto City Hall experience. So we use everything from Google Docs to Facebook event pages to Twitter updates to secure sponsorships and speakers and to market our conference. Is social media hurting us? For some people, it is. Is it frustrating for parents? Is it disengaging at times? Absolutely. But the reality is this. Social media is a form of human technological progress that is making a net positive contribution to our society. A technological tool like social media isn't inherently good or bad. It's how a tool gets used and embraced that defines the perceived role it plays in society. The power to use social media to help society is in your hands, literally. It's in your smartphones, it's in your Facebook pages, it's in your Twitter accounts. So how is it that you are going to use this life ring that is social media to bring you up to shore from wherever you may be lost at sea? Thank you for listening.